Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Win, Lose or Draw, our Premier League prediction shows where me and Robbie go head-to-head on the Premier League games. And what a weekend we've got this weekend. We're going to start off with Robbie because we're going to start off with Arsenal against Man City. How you doing, pal? You've had a Champions League week. I've been twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been I was over in Bilbao and it was a really good win, really nice game of football. Nice place, Bilbao, actually, really nice. And really enjoyed that. And saw your old boy last night, Marcus Rashford, banging a couple of goals in against Newcastle. Who needs Lamine Yamal, eh? I'm sure you got fans, Man United fans, saying you got to bring him back. Why did you get rid of him? Stuff like that. That was interesting. But yeah, it's been good to have the Champions League back, and I guess you must be missing it.
Well, to be fair, I mean, that's football, so I'm in a safe place here. We do watch alongs and stuff, and I do enjoy it. And I think that, I think like it's great to have it back. I thought Barcelona did very well last night. Arsenal got the result. Spurs got the result. Liverpool got the result. And I want to see the Premier League clubs doing well because it helps us out with the top five, doesn't it? And I don't think Man United will be fighting for that, but I still think it makes the Premier League far more competitive. Talking of which, we are here to predict the Premier League, and one team that did play last night was Manchester City. I've not heard Pep moan yet, but I'm sure he will do because you played Tuesday, they played Thursday, and it's at the Emirates on Sunday, and it's the biggest game of the weekend. Now, I would say in relation to this game, Robbie, it's a must-win for Arsenal because you've already lost that game to Liverpool. Are you looking at it like that? I think Arsenal will win this. I think they're better than Man City, and that's why I think they have to win it.
Yeah, must win. I didn't really think of it like that. I don't think it's a must win at this stage, but it's certainly, if you want to be, really keeping track on Liverpool and really sort of keeping that momentum going in sort of chasing them, even at this early stage in the season, you got to win these home games. Arsenal been playing well, especially at home so far this season. We scored 8 goals, conceded none at home. I know it's not Man City we played at home. And like you just mentioned there, we've got a bit of an advantage in that, recovery time wise, they've had to play last night and we didn't play we played on Tuesday and it was an early kickoff as well. So we've had a lot more time to rest and recover than they have. And we're in good form. So, but that win last night would have done them good. Napoli, that was a tricky game. So to win that game's a great win for them. But I'm confident that we can get this win. I mean, we beat them 5-1 last year. That was probably our best result last season, was that win over them 5-1 at home. We got to be confident going into the game, but we have to be wary as well. It's Man City. Erling Haaland's on form, scored again last night. So we got to be wary.
Yeah, Haaland definitely on form. We saw that against United last week. Watched a bit of the Napoli game while I was watching the Newcastle game, and he does look sharp. But I just think this has to be an Arsenal win. And like you say, I mean, if it's a draw, it's not the end of the world. But if they want to win the league and keep the pressure on and stay within 3 points of Liverpool, then Arsenal need to win games like this. It won't be the end of the road if they draw it, but I just think Arsenal are better than Manchester City, and that is for the first time in years. Like great result for Arsenal last year, but I felt they were more 50-50, maybe still Man City with the superpower. But now I look at it, I think Arsenal better defense, better midfield, better attack at home. Man City just aren't the team they were. I mean, for 25 minutes, United were giving them a game. So, and Napoli did go down to 10 men quite quickly. So, I have a feeling this could be a bump back to earth for Man City. Having said that, definitely they're capable of winning a game of football, and they're definitely capable of getting a draw. But I'm going to go with an Arsenal win on this one, Robbie.
Yeah, listen, I'm going with an Arsenal win as well. I do actually think, like you said, that Arsenal are a better side than Man City. And it's really strange because ordinarily, with the injuries that Arsenal have got to so many key players, going into a game like this, normally on seasons gone by, I'll be very worried. If you like, not sure what the status of Saka's going to be, Odegaard, players like that. But I'd be very worried if those sort of players would ordinarily be missing. But the squad is so good now that, you go into the game with confidence. you go into the game thinking to yourself that, we should win this game. And we've had last couple of seasons, we've done well at home against Manchester City. And yeah, I'm confident we can get a win in this game. The stadium's going to be up for it. The players are going to be really up for it. This is really a real big clash of two heavyweight teams right now. And I think this is going to be a really exciting game.
Well, in win, lose or draw last week, it was 15-14 to Robbie. And it's time for us to reveal where we are, because we always do one before we tell you that. Ooh. So let me just whiz through it. But I have said things. Well, I'll say it at the end. So City United, you said draw. No, you said United win.
Yeah.
No. And I said a draw. So neither of us got that. Arsenal Forest, we both had the win. Bournemouth Brighton, you said Bournemouth win. I said Brighton draw. So that was one for you. Palace Sunderland, we both got that wrong. We both said Palace would win that. Everton Villa, another point for Robbie. So he's 2 up because he said draw. I said Villa win.
That was a good one. That was a good one, that one.
Well, I said that one. Fulham against Leeds. We both had Fulham, although we were slightly lucky with that because Leeds were a little bit unlucky.
Yeah.
Newcastle Wolves, we both had Newcastle. West Ham against Spurs, I got a point back because you said draw, I said Spurs win. And then Bournemouth Liverpool, we both not Bournemouth Liverpool, Burnley Liverpool. I'm right. We both had Liverpool win again, late winner there. And then Brentford Chelsea, we both had Chelsea, and it was a draw. So effectively, you were 2-1 to me, but we did get more points than that. So it ends up, the gap goes from 1 point to 2 points. It's 21 to Robbie, and it's 19 to me.
Oh,
so, but I already the next game we're going to do is Man United Chelsea. I was saying this yesterday on my stream. What happens is my loyalty to Man United is costing me every bloody week. This is it. Arsenal are a good team, so Robbie backs Arsenal. Man United are terrible. I try to back Man United, and every week I'm losing a point gap. But
no, hold on, wait a minute. I backed Man United as well last week.
And then
it costed me points as well.
That's what someone said in the chat, to be fair. And I went, well, across the season, I bet he doesn't back Man United every week. Well, you're first on this. Are you going to back Man United against Chelsea on Saturday?
I don't know what to do on this, right? Because you've got an unbelievable record against Chelsea. I think they haven't won there over 10 years.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that they're a way better team.
But they were good against Bayern,
At home, you're a good side at home. You put when you play the big sides at home, it's a different Man United kind of thing, and the sort of 5 at the back, which it will probably become when you play in Chelsea, might do all right. Chelsea, they did all right against Bayern, but a lot of mistakes at the back. I've said before, I'm not convinced with their back four as good enough to win the league. Good, very good side, but our back four. I'm going to go for a draw.
Robbie's
for a draw in this game.
Let me put that down. Draw for Robbie. I am going to go with a. Oh God! The life of a United fan. I'm going to go with a Chelsea. Well, no, I'm not really. I'm going to go with a United win. I've got no idea why. Yeah, it could be any result. Like with United, you just don't know.
No, good. Your home form is great against them, though.
Yeah. I mean, I remember years ago going to watch United play when Mourinho was in charge against Chelsea, and I looked at the team news while we were having a pint in the pub, and I was like, "We're definitely going to get beaten." It was the game where Herrera just tracked Hazard the whole game, and we did win. So I'm going to go with the United win, but I've got absolutely no idea. And it would be very interesting if he loses that game, because we've had a lot of noise this week, Robbie, and there's talk of Southgate now. It just gets worse, and I'm sure you
Southgate.
Smiling. Yeah, apparently Sir Jim loves Southgate. I mean, I don't think he loves football. He's ain't got a bloody clue. This guy, absolute joker.
Southgate.
I know. Well, this is what I mean. People screaming Arteta out. I'm sorry, not Arteta out. Amram out, and they don't realise what might happen next. It's always the way.
If it's Southgate, boy.
It's just crazy, isn't it?
I don't think that'd be a very popular decision, but I'm not a United fan.
There will be United fans who go, it's better than hammering ball. Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely not. Liverpool against Everton actually starts the weekend off. It's I'm first on this one. It's a quite easy one, this one for me. I'm just going to go with Liverpool win. Everton have been very good. It is a Merseyside derby, and Liverpool have been a bit shaky, and I can see the value in a draw, but I'm sure you're the same as me, Robbie. It's just Liverpool finding ways to get results again in the Champions League, and I think they'll find a way again.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Everton. Yeah, I mean, the way these guys are just every week just finding a way to get a win, which they did again the other night. But the thing is, though, the interesting thing is they are conceding, aren't they? I mean,
2-goal lead again.
2-goal lead. Was that a third time they've done that this season? That's not sustainable. I don't care how good you are. That's not sustainable. You keep leaking goals like that. But I don't think. Yeah, I can't see Everton beating them. I'm going for a Liverpool win as well.
Brilliant. Okay, into the 3 o'clock games. We've got a few interesting ones here in the context of seasons. But Brighton at home to Tottenham.
It's a tough one.
Not too sure why Tottenham are away again, because they were away to West Ham last week. You're up first on this one, Robbie.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call. I remember last year, Brighton really took them to the cleaners last year. But Brighton are a weird team, aren't they? Again, a team very good attacking, defensively, very, you don't know what you're going to get with him. And Tottenham have, I feel that Tottenham this season, with how Frank's got them set up, are better suited away than they are at home. I'm going to go for a draw in this game.
Robbie goes for a draw. I'm going to go with a Tottenham win. I did it last week. They were my differential last week. I'm rolling the dice again here, and I'm going to go with a Tottenham win. I personally do not rate the Brighton manager. I've been saying it for a long time. I think he's got a much better squad. I just think he's got a better squad than what he does when you look at like what Fulham do and what Brentford did with Frank. But like you say, you never know what you're going to get with Brighton. Burnley against Forest. I'm up first on this one, and it's a tough one for Ange. Knocked out of the Carabao Cup. If anyone took any notice of that this week, I mean, I really didn't. But not with the Champions League back. Burnley, well organised against Liverpool, but never looked like they were going to score. It's a tough one. It's really tough. Like, he'd be under pressure straight away if he loses that. Yeah, I reckon that one for me might be a draw. I'm going to go for a draw in that one.
Yeah, this is a hard one to call, Because like you said, he has to win this. Or Mr. Marinakis, them Greek owners, despite only being a few games, you're already under serious pressure, even if you are his mate. Let me go for a draw again. Draw. I can see a draw in this.
Draw as well. Okay. West Ham against Palace is you. Again, so early in the season, you still don't know enough about teams. This is why it's very interesting. So West Ham against Palace. Palace drew with Sunderland last week. West Ham obviously got turned over by Spurs. Potter under pressure.
West Ham are the worst team I've seen so far this season. They've been really poor. When you consider some of the players that they've got, they just don't look at it at all. Palace are one of those teams that, they're really well organised. They need... I see this either a draw or Palace nicking a win. Palace nicking a win. We'll go for a Palace win.
Palace win. I'm going to go for the draw in that one. I think that's the value in it. I'd like to say West Ham win, and realistically, they do need to win.
Poor,
but
man.
Yeah, they are.
Poor. If I'm right, I remember Bowen going down in that last game. If he's out, they've got no chance. They're poor, man. They've got good enough players to be not playing as bad as they are.
Yeah. I think it's a shame for them that Benfica have took Mourinho, actually, because I think that's exactly where I've been going. I'm surprised there. Wolves against Leeds is me. God, throw your opinion in the air here. I don't know. Wolves were all right. I watched the Newcastle game last week, so I wanted to watch that Bolton. Wolves were all right, but they can't score. And Leeds were unlucky against Fulham. I don't want to go with I'm going to go with the Wolves win, which is just very out there, to be honest. But
I think I'm going to back you on that one. I'm going to go for Wolves win. They haven't won yet at home. and they have to start winning these home games. And if they don't win this, they're already under serious pressure. So I'm going to go for a Wolves win.
We've done Man United against Chelsea. I mean, I tell you what, if I know Robbie like I think I do, he is going to say to everybody, do not call me. I'm staying in for this one. I'm turning all my devices off and I'm watching 8 o'clock Fulham against Brentford. I mean, what this game's doing as an 8 o'clock game, I don't know. I expect the viewing figures are going to be very low, but then again, maybe I'm wrong on this one. But
I am the type of person who will watch this.
Yeah, I definitely will not be watching it. I'm not a big fan of Saturday night football anyway, but not that type of game.
Unless I'm out somewhere, I've not got no plans at the moment. Maybe I should start making them. I'm going Fulham.
You're going Fulham, yeah. Fulham for Robbie. I'm going to go. I mean, Brentford have been quite good. Fulham, Brentford. Do I dare go for a draw? I think Fulham have got to win this. I'm going to go Fulham as well. I can see Brentford getting something.
This is listen, 8 o'clock. It's a great West London derby, mate. You know what I mean? Like, two West London powerhouses.
Yeah, Brentford have done all right. Good result against Chelsea last week.
Yeah,
okay, couple left. Sundays. But I'm first on this one. Bournemouth, Newcastle. Now, this is a cracker. This is. I'm just going to go straight out there and say Bournemouth win. I'd already thought about this last night because I was watching the Newcastle game. I looked at their Sunday game and I thought they've put a lot of work into this. Bournemouth, very good. They're actually third. They've got the same points as Arsenal. Yeah, I'm going Bournemouth, Robbie. I am.
I'm also going Bournemouth. They've been playing well. Even the game they lost against Liverpool, they did all right in that game. You to have Liverpool first up away at Anfield, and the way they played, they're on form. And like you said, tough night for Newcastle last night. Lot less recovery time. Bournemouth fresh. We know Bournemouth for a team really presses you, really puts you under a lot of pressure, especially at home. It would not be a surprise to see Bournemouth win this. So I'm going to
starts the season if they do as well.
Yeah. They're playing really well. Got a good manager. I'm going for, and when you consider at the start of the season, everybody really feared for them because of the players that they've lost in the transfer window. I think they've done brilliantly. Yes, they pound for pound, they've been the best team so far performance-wise when you consider the players they've lost. So I'm going to go for a Bournemouth win.
And I tell you what, you talk about systems at United and West Ham and the players they've got. This Bournemouth highlights just what coaching is all about, really, because the players they've lost and the crowds they get and the wages they pay to be mixing it up last season was brilliant, but to be mixing it up again when nobody really fancied them, brilliant. And I think they will win on Sunday. I really, really do. And again, another really, really tough game to call. I'm sure. Well, maybe they will always be tough. Maybe it's going to be a very competitive league, but I think being so early in the season, it's really hard to call these games at the moment. Final one, Sunderland against Villa, and that's you first, Robbie. Villa losing in the Carabao Cup as well. Apparently, I think they lost to Brentford on penalties. Sunderland's good home record.
When are Villa gonna, turn up and score a goal in the Premier League as well? Sunderland at home. This has to be. I'm not going to go for a Villa defeat. I'm going to go for a draw. But these are games they need to be winning, Villa, if they're going to get themselves on track. Can't be really dropping more points. Even this early in the season, if you want to be, talking about top fours or even top six. But yeah, I'm going to go for a draw.
I think Villa have got to get something, but you know what? You going for a draw opens up the prospect of me going for something out there. I'm going to go Sunderland win.
Well,
yeah, I'm going to go with the Sunderland win, which by its very making puts ridiculous pressure onto Emery if he loses again. But yeah, I think Sunderland, these are the sort of games Sunderland need to win if they want to stay up. And they've had a very good start to the season. They've got a very good point at Palace. Yeah, I'll go with the Sunderland win. But again, it's one of those that could go anyway with that one. Yeah, okay. I think we've covered them all. I felt like I went through that very quickly there. But
Monday night game.
There's no Monday night game. No. Yeah. You must be playing Carabao next week, Arsenal.
We are, yeah. Port Vale away. So see, Grimsby won again. They're on
Cheats. Shouldn't even be in the tournament. Sheffield Wednesday got robbed there.
But yeah, Port Vale next week. Yeah, it is the return of all the Carabao Cup fixtures for the teams that were in Europe. So,
because it must be Europa this week then, isn't it? Because with Villa,
that's right.
They've split it. Yeah, I quite like the way they did that actually, because there's a lot of good games, so it introduces you to the Prem.
Yeah, and I don't mind that 5:45 kickoff. You know what I mean? I enjoyed that over in could get the game done, do all our work afterwards, and still go and get a drink. It was all right.
Must have been nice to be in the stadium where Spurs won their only trophy as well.
No, we didn't think about that. The stadium's red anyway, so.
I'm surprised there weren't anybody Spurs fans turning up. Because they must turn up there every week. No, to be fair, I'm not taking the piss out of Spurs. They're doing quite well under Thomas Frank, and I think hopefully the English clubs are going to do quite well. Just quickly on that, Villa and Forest in the Europa League. It's funny, you'd expect them to get to the final of that, but you look at we're looking at them at the moment in the Premier League. They're dreadful. There's a real opportunity there. Yeah,
now listen, the both of them should be really, especially Villa. They should be challenging for this really, but at the moment, forget the Europa League. They've got to get themselves on track in the league. Both of them are off to poor starts. Two teams that really did brilliantly last season.
Yeah.
Really off to bad starts, and they got to get their act together very fast. And as I said last week, I ain't sure about that Big Ange appointment. I mean that the Nuno thing he done, and plus as well, Nuno's style would have been good in Europe. You know what I mean? That pragmatic style,
100%.
counter-attack, that would have been good in Europe. You know what I mean? And despite Big Ange winning the Europa League last season, I don't know, man. That's a bit of a strange appointment for me. But it's still early. I guess that's the thing. We can still say it's still very early in the season. There's still lots of time to get yourself on a decent run. And things could look, you win 3 games in a row, things look very different.
They do. Okay, well, I'm back on DR Sports on Monday as we react to the scores, team of the week. Very big weekend in the Premier League. Don't forget tonight, Bundesliga Live will be live. It's Stuttgart, St. Pauli. Looking forward to that. And obviously, big game of the weekend, Arsenal, Man City. I will say unashamedly, Robbie, I hope you win. There's something about Man City I just don't like. And I would love to see Arsenal. Well, to be honest with you, I want to just see Liverpool have had a great start. I want to see Arsenal stick with them. And I think it's important at this stage in the season that you keep winning. No,
massive game for Arsenal. We do. Like you said, wasn't really considering what you said, must win. But I guess the more you think about it, it kind of is. So let's go out there and get this done, Arsenal, man. These are the games where you show people that, you're serious. So let's get it done.
Thanks for Robbie coming on. Take care, everyone. And we'll speak to you on the next one.